If you're just getting started with Corel Draw, you may want to modify or change your design page. We'll take a look at it, do some changing on here, just to kind of give you some tips and ideas that how you can and what you can change. The first bar you see up there, that is your menu bar. That is a fixed stationary bar. The second bar is your standard toolbar. It's also a fixed bar that you can also modify these. The third one is your property bar, and that does change every time you select a tool on the left hand side. And we're going to do a short video on all these different tools here. In the middle of the page you see a reference page which is 8.5 by 11. This is a rectangle that gives you boundaries to design within. You can see this is a default of the program, the 8.5 by 11. It's in portrait right now. I can change it to landscape by clicking on landscape button. We're going to go back and select portrait. And notice on the left hand side it says letter, and there's a drop down arrow. If I select the drop down arrow, you can see there's a lot of different ones to choose from. Right now it's in tabloid, which is 11 by 17. If I'm designing an envelope, for example, and I want to create a graphic on an envelope, I just change that to a number 10 envelope. And I can modify and change that. We're going to go back to letter size. And one of the things I use it mainly for is that we do a lot of vinyl cutting, and the different materials we put into the cutter are different sizes. So I like to change my reference page to reflect that. For example, material might be 15 inches in width, but I only have 13.8 inches of cutting area. So I can change that to 13.8. And I make sure my design fits within the parameters. And we're going to go ahead and change that back to the 8.5 by 11. Another thing you can do with this page too is if you double click on that gray area, it brings up my option box where I can change the background to a different color. So in our industry, if we have a shirt that's a gray and I want to see what the design looks like on that color gray before proceeding, then I can change the background. Now there's a button that you're going to use quite a bit, and that's on our standard toolbar. You'll see that black arrow, and that is our undo button. So if I click on the undo button, you'll see the gray go away. Now also you can redo. And another hotkey on that is Control Z, like zebra, is also your undo button. Again, you'll use that quite a bit. Now I like to have rulers so I can, for sizing. So if we go up to view and click on rulers, you can see the rulers appear. Now another thing I like on my page are the color palettes. If you go up to window, click on color palette. I use CMYK palettes. You can choose whichever one you wish, and you can see the palettes appear on the right hand side. I also use Pantone color, so I'm going to go in and click on Pantone Solid Uncoated. You can also see that appear. Now I can scroll through the different colors, or I can expand it and see a lot of colors at one time. And as I hover over it, it'll give me the Pantone equivalent number on that. Just click on the page and it'll go back. And I can do the same thing with my CMYK colors. Hope this helps you setting it up. We'll be doing a lot more modifications and changes as we go through the different things you can do with Corel Draw, the different tools. So be sure to join me, and I'll speak to you later.